And just in a few minutes from now, US President Donald Trump will deliver his State of the Union speech in front of a joint session of Congress.
And this will be the first State of the Union speech of Trump's second term. In his speech, the American president will deliver remarks on the achievements of the previous year and also provide a future roadmap for the remainder of his term. Now, members of the Senate, the House, Trump's cabinet, the armed forces and the Supreme Court will attend the event at the Capitol. According to the White House, the overarching theme of Trump's speech will be celebrating the 250th anniversary of U.S. becoming independent. The address comes at a crucial time as he faces stiff political headwinds at home and also abroad. His approval ratings are slumping. Anxieties over rising over potential war with Iran, and Americans are struggling with the cost of living.
And these are live visuals that we have for you from Capitol Hill. Donald Trump is expected to arrive minutes from now. There he is. The US president has arrived and, of course, coming into a loud round of applause. And that's Donald Trump arriving for the State of the Union address. This is his first Union address since taking office again in January last year. Trump has already mentioned that it is going to be a long speech.
Right, and it is 6 years after his last speech and a little over a year into his second term. The Union's actual state, well, it appears to be more contentious than ever, and Democratic pushback can be expected inside and outside the chamber. Also on a range of issues, immigration, affordability, the economy, tariffs and also foreign policy. The country is deeply polarized as the midterm elections loom, with opinion polls showing more voters disapproving of Trump's performance than approving.
This is a tough time for him, the timing of this Union address, because it's coming in the back of the Supreme Court striking down the tariffs that he had levied ever since April in last year, and also the shootings of civilians by federal agents in Minneapolis that took place just weeks earlier. Approval ratings, as Diksha just mentioned, they have plummeted. Now, it's coming in the back of that, but this is the time when Donald Trump is going to be speaking about all that he has achieved in the last 1 year, or over 1 year rather, and this is also a time that he's going to lay out a midterm agenda at the State of the Union address, with the midterm elections scheduled later this year. President Donald Trump's address set to begin moments from now, as he's already arrived, and he's going to focus on domestic issues, intensifying threats about launching military strikes on Iran. Perhaps that is something that is being discussed that he may mention as diplomatic talks are continuing with Iran, with the next round of talks scheduled for tomorrow.
Right, Shivan, and even though the polls are showing that much of America distrusts how Trump has managed the government in his first term back in office, but in addition to that, the Supreme Court last week struck down, as we were just discussing, one of the key and the chief levers of his economic and foreign policy by ruling that he lacked the power to impose many of his sweeping tariffs. Now, Trump is expected to focus on domestic issues. His intensifying threats about launching military strikes on Iran cannot be ruled out either. And of course, the shadow of that has been cast in the address today as well.
The White House Press Secretary Carolyn Levitt has said that a large portion of the president's speech will be dedicated to the economy. Reports also say that Trump will make several economic announcements during his remarks, including a call for more tax cuts and remarks about AI policy. And seated right behind Donald Trump, there you see on your right, is House Speaker Mike Johnson and Vice President J.D. Vance, who will be there on the stage right behind the US President. We also had glimpses of Trump's immediate cabinet all across the audience as he made his way in.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.